Hello, we're back again. This is my High Elf team, so this is game 5 of these lovely elves, and we're playing Undead this week. I'm just going to try and adjust the angle a bit, and probably actually just pull that blind down in a minute, but I don't know, it's a bit unclear. Yes, we're playing Undead. Undead team without a win so far. We've had, I think we're at 2-1 and 1 after 4 games. We chose to defend, so I'll have a look at this scene and where we're up to. So we did buy a third catcher before the game. So up to there, our other 2 catchers both have dodge. One blitz has dodge, the other one's not leveled. So a big aim for me in this game is level this blitzer. Our thrower's got accurate. We've got a kick lineman and a block lineman, and then 4 unleveled ones. And we miss. I think this is the first game for a while we're not actually missing a player through injury. Have a look at the undead after the kick. So with kick, I chose to go deep. We get bribes. So fouling for me is now a thing that's on the table where it wouldn't have been before. We'll have a quick look at the undead, who have a skeleton deep for ball retrieval, which is not ideal because they're at agility 2 and they're not very quick. Should perhaps be a ghoul back here to go grab the ball. Do have 2 ghouls on the pitch. One of them's got block. 2 whites are both here. Neither of them have levels yet. There's a guard mummy in here, and then lots of unleveled zombies and skeletons, and a bench of 3, 2 skeletons and a zombie on there. I think one of them has an armor bust or a niggly injury. It's that one, I think. It's got a niggly injury. Pretty sure that's a niggly injury. It wouldn't be there otherwise. But yeah, undead are attacking. So the ball's pretty safe back there. Opening up with a mummy block, which is maybe not their safest option. And I think if this scarred mummy was swapped with this white, you've got assists for both players because of guard. You can open up with that 2 dice block with block if you want, and you can then start looking at getting 3 dice with a mummy. Because you could even go, yeah, if you have another player in here, white could block there, get rid of that one, and then if you've got another player in there, basically what I'm trying to suggest is get 3 dice with the mummies because it's so much safer, and it's not hard to do. They just need 2 assists when they're hitting strength 3 players. I think we'd like looked at that before, but it's worth repeating. Like, safest way to use mummies, get them 3 dice blocks, and then you don't have to worry about them not having blocks so much. We are in, yeah. So here we hit a 1 in 9, and I have to spend a reroll quite early on. We got this white. You probably want this white blitzing, so think about where that's going to be. And if you want to blitz over here, have the white over here to do that, because this zombie coming to blitz here. And right, it's a double skulls, so no good for the white anyway, but it's a bit safer. And it's a good thing that wasn't a white. So it's a badly hurt that's regenerated. That's actually a level for that lineman as well, which is quite nice for me. So I have a ghoul down on the ball. There's no one picking it up, but I've got space here, so my immediate thought is my priority this turn, how many players can I get over here putting pressure on the ball? So that's exactly where I'm going. I'm setting up for this to be my blitz, because that gives me a bit more space around here where I can get some of these slower players. And there's a catcher through already. A white is down. That's 2 dice I was left on. And yeah, again, I think I throw more players that way. Don't remember. I know. Start throwing some dodges. Okay, so that's through there. Yeah, so using my dodge players to dodge first, and I'm trying to limit the amount of blocks I'm being left, or that I'm leaving. So I'm putting 1 in here. Okay, that's because I'm going to double mark up there. So they're going to have to commit. If they want to do anything with these blocks, they're going to have to commit more players over there. Oh, there. And there's a foul with the thrower. I forgot about that. So I managed to get a stun down on that white. Wouldn't have fell with a throw without bribes. But there we go. Okay, so this has drawn players in over here where really they need to be dealing with these players. And that's just a both down. So that sucks 4 of their team in, where this is where the game's happening. here looking for a throw. So it's 55% that an elf catcher intercepts a ball. 5+ with a reroll. Didn't get it that time, but I was quite excited that it might happen. Okay, so mummy goes for 2 dice there. Then they're looking here at best protection they can get really at this point is to make sure I can only get 1 dice, which is all I can get because I don't have any guards. So this advance, because of that throw was successful, means I now have to retreat again. And I'm looking here. So what I did was deliberately build a box here so that if I only got a pushback from this 1 dice, my thrower would have a chance to have a go as well. And I do only get a pushback. So sending the mummy that way takes his guard out of it, and then my thrower's got a 1 dice block if I want to take that later. That is over here. That's another injury, so I already got the undead down to 9, which is quite nice going, and I think that's regenerated as well. So a couple of my linemen picking up casualties, one of them for a level. Take that other 1 dice on the ball. Again, just a push, so just back where it came from. Now I think I've got a couple more players. I can just drop back a bit more. And then, yeah, foul dodge at the end there is not re-rolled. That was over that way. So the blitzer just stepped in there to protect my thrower from and to sort of pin this white down, because that white's going to stand up and be marked by 3 players, which is not great for it. Straight away, working on getting players off of the ball carrier. There's 1 more here they need to get rid of. That's probably going to be another mummy hit. And that is both down. So yeah, having to rely on 2 dice hits with mummies at some point is going to go wrong. Or 2 dice blocks without block more than with mummies, but mummies don't have block. So that is what I meant. So that knockdown there means I can put an assist in there. And that's 2 dice on the ball, which is down. Now I want a nice bounce to my thrower, but it doesn't. Goes over there, which is actually still pretty good. And this is the blitzer I want to be levelling, so if I can get the blitz of the ball, that would be great. So just moving players to screen. So that sort of shuts that down as a route through. This catcher over here shuts down that as a route through. Stand on the ball there, that line will drop deep, and then the thrower goes and gets the ball. It's 2+2+ to get the ball to the player I want to have it. Which comes off. That's a bit more screen in there. 2 dice on that zombie for a knockout. So Undead down to 8, and basically a really good start from my point of view, because there's no real getting at this. This is sort of the obvious blitz target, and then try and shut down this advance. So that is what they're going. I think this ghoul is probably the best candidate for this. This guy's got dodge, so what you're looking for is one of these to be a 6, basically. If you use this guy with block, this catcher doesn't have block, so both down would get him down as well. Makes him a better candidate. Gets a power anyway, but more chance of getting the knockdown with that block ghoul. And this guy can come in here. That means this is my blitz next turn, and they've gone, yeah, 2 go for it to come across that way. Some mummy in there marks up lots of my players, but it's actually so many of my players I think I've managed to get 2 dice on it next turn. That is a foul go for it, and that is swallowed. Yeah, so I looked at that this turn at the options I had. And I could have just scored with this blitzer. I think he could reach 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to go for it. So he's 9 squares away, and he can do that. But I don't need to be in that much of a hurry. I've got all this time. If I score now, the Undead have 4 turns to score, which they're quite capable of doing. So I looked at, well, there's all this space over here. I'm just going to bring the ball over this way. I've got these 2 players free already who can screen or cage. I've got some players here I can try and free up. I can get 2 dice on this mummy from this guy. That has to be my blitz. And then I've got other players who can kind of take this space as well, and I can control the ball over here and make it safe. So that was what my whole turn was about. So that takes out that white's assist. These 2 players come down here to put in just some cage corners, nice wide cage, and this lineman splits in the ghoul. Just need a pushback for it to be safe. So he comes in there, and then he's the next assist on the mummy. Ball can come over here now. Okay, take on the mummy first. But that's a pretty safe block. That's 35 times out of 36. That's not a turnover. And 3 times out of 4 I knock the mummy over. And now I've got other players freed up who don't need to dodge. And this catcher is on 13 points. This blitzer's on 2 points, so I can get him 1 more and get him touchdown ready for a level. By passing to this, and I can level this catcher. So that catcher's dodged away, and I think I was looking at fouling this mummy. That was right, but I fouled that dodge. We don't need 2 rerolls, so I don't need to reroll that because I think I still needed to go for it over here as well to get the foul off. So I think if I'd done that, I'd have thrown to go for it, and if I'd fouled that, probably would have rerolled and then stamped on the mummy because that's a 3 assist foul, pretty decent chance. So it's on the blitzing here. The block ghoul is doing it this time. That's a much higher chance of knockdown. That is 75% with block, and the good thing it was the block one because it was a double both down. And they can get this ghoul in to mark the ball if they want to. They probably could have got both of those ghouls in to mark the ball. I think this one needed to go for it to go in there. Yep, so I have to blitz that ghoul straight away, find a power on it. And I can take the ball this way and make it safe. I think I did need to go for it if I wanted to score this turn, so why score this turn when I can just do it next turn? Or maybe not even then. I've got a dodge player here who can come and get in the way here too. I needed dodge. And yeah, ball's pretty well screened, so I can start looking at other things like fouling the mummy again. Or fouling the mummy for the first time, but I think that was a double one. It was a double one. Bribe worked, so that's okay. But I am now not fouling anymore. I think it's something the Undead could have made more of in this game. Is some fouls, especially we got bribes at the kickoff. But I don't think they threw any in the game. And then that is dodging away from that mummy. Yeah, and foul dodge again, not rerolled, so still carrying 2 rerolls. Chosen not to reroll. I think that's the 3rd time now I've had a 1 come up, which is where it doesn't really matter. So that skeleton going in there isn't an assist. He is marking both of those players, but he's not an assist. And that means they need to go for it to get extra players in. This white needs to go for it for the blitz as well. And it's just a push, which is re-rolled, and again just a push. So I could have gone that way and pinned that lineman in there. And I think actually that would have forced me to score next turn. But as it was, that was the case. Oh yeah, I was looking at surfing the white this turn. So I wanted to push, or hopefully knock down into the white, push the white there, and then this lineman can just surf the white with the ball carrier as the assist. That was how I was looking to to clear some of this out, but I had to take them both down there. I didn't want to reroll that. But that means I can still get 2 dice on this white. Close up this gap as well before I throw those dice. So throws down there. I think this guy comes in here. I think this square's the ideal one. Yeah, it was. Well, that's where I went anyway. And there's a double skull, so that's why you don't want to re-roll safe blocks where you don't get quite what you want, because that would have been a both down. And then, yeah, in here just to protect my players who are in contact. This one over here, I think this will dodge away from the mummy. Yeah, so the more I can make the mummies irrelevant by just running away from them, the better my team's chance of survival. And then, yeah, I could have scored that turn, given the undead 2 turns to score, but I don't need to. So grab a stun there. And mummy coming this way. I think this one needs to move as well. I think they didn't move this mummy. I don't know if it was just thinking there was no real need, but it means this mummy's not going to be able to do anything next turn either. Again, I don't need to score. I think I was looking at, could I surf this white? And I would have been able to if that was a pushback, but I'm not going to not take the pal. So he's in here. Am I blitzing this white, I think? Yeah, so just looking at keeping that screen nice and heavy, and then we hit the white. But that's just a stun. And leave it there. So we've got a mummy blitz. So yeah, this mummy's got 2 dice here. Could have done better. Yeah, didn't actually really need to. Yeah, if this mummy had moved last turn, could have stepped in there and been another assist, and they could have had 2 assists to get that up to 3 dice. But yeah, mummy's stranded over there and just watching. So yeah, just took their blitz, and then I just take my score at the end here. I think a lot of players stayed down, so I couldn't block them. I could maybe have tried to gang up on a mummy, but I don't know. It'd taken a lot of players away, and then if it had gone wrong, I wouldn't have had the ball protected. But yeah, turn 8 score on the defensive drive. Makes it 1-0 half time. This knockout comes back. They did have their inducements was 2 babes, so that was a 2+ recover from knockout roll. I'm still on 11 players. Didn't have anyone removed that half, but we are attacking now. And the 2 casualties were both regenerated. So Undead's still on 14 players. I'm still on 12, and we're going to attack. So I've got my new catcher on, who's got no points, of course. Someone I'd like to get some points on this game, and I was wondering about maybe piling up some points on my thrower throughout this drive as well. If I can keep these 2 back here, that's 2 2+ rolls with re-rolls to just generate star player points on my thrower every turn. As an option, and I think if the ball had gone deep, I would have done that. But as it turned out, it was actually a touchback. I think the nice weather extra scatter contributed to that, so I just gave it straight to this blitz, so he's now on 3 points, and I can bang this in for a quick score and get a level on that blitzer, which was a big priority for this game. Apart from the result, obviously, I wanted this blitzer to level. So 3 dodge players on the line, so I know I don't want to take any of these blocks, and I want 35 out of 36 dodges to be able to make sure I get away from that. Double 1 is 1 in 36, so I'm calling them that. So the 2 deep players forwards to protect the ball a bit. We're blitzing there on that white. So that's the quickest player on this wing, who we can put down on the floor, and then come and screen over here. So ball is that way. I do need a go for it. I think a dodge and a go for it to get that catcher in. Could maybe have taken a, well, it'd been a 3+2+ dodge. 3+ a reroll better than a 2+, so maybe that was the better play. Can't see where everyone else is going. Okay, so not used dodge yet, and that means I can go through this way. Yeah, it's 3+2+, and then that's if I go for it. And I think I checked where this ghoul could get before I decided whether or not to re-roll that, and the ghoul could have got there, so I did that to make it put an extra roll in. It means the ghoul needs an extra dodge to do that. Yeah, could have, I think, slightly more optimal way of doing that. Move the skeleton in, blitz with the white. The white's got block, which is safer. I mean, that would have been the same result either way. But also, if you pick up a casualty, that white levels. So just, yeah, get whites hitting stuff as often as possible. It'd also, if you'd followed up there, still had 2 squares of movement. Could have gone 1-2 if you wanted to get a marker on the ball. Not the safest place to stand, but it's an option you'd have had. The white loses its other 3 squares of movement by just standing and being an assist. I think a general rule of thumb about playing undead is your zombies and skeletons are assists, your whites and your mummies hit people, and your ghouls take care of the ball. Yeah, whites should probably not be playing second fiddle to skeletons. Is all. It's safer, and they're quicker and they're more agile. Like they're all round totally better players, and they're the ones you want leveling. So just lots of closing in here, which really denies me anything I can do here. So I think I looked at, did I blitz this skeleton? I think I blitzed that skeleton and then just score next turn to go 2 up and give the ball back. Yeah, so using this blitzer to the skeleton, they're armor 7, so relatively good chance of removal, but don't get it. And then, yeah, just take the level on my blitzer. And yeah, we're 2-0 up. And we get a level on that blitzer. We've level 2 players so far as well, 1 catcher, 1 blitzer, which is good for the team long term. So we go similar setup. I think, do we put okay, that leveled lineman I've put on the bench. So I'm protecting that level up, and also it means I can get my 3rd catcher on, because this is the player I now want points on. So I want that one on the pitch. Okay, so whites on the line of scrimmage is good. That's what we want. Whites and mummies should be the ones when you're attacking. They're the ones you want over here hitting stuff. That sort of suggests this mummy's going to be blitzing. And I think they want just, so I've gone deep with the kick again. They've got ghouls back this time to get it, which is good. I'm up a reroll. Just having a quick look at this line of scrimmage. What do I want to see here? Yeah, I was thinking this mummy. So this mummy's got guard, which it isn't using there. If it's where this white's standing, it's offering assists on all 3 of these players, which is great. Then you can hit with both whites against these guys, and then you get 3 dice with that mummy on the 3rd one, because both the whites will be able to assist. And then if you want to blitz with this mummy, put 2 assists in here, or wherever you're going to hit. You've got 2 players who can assist. Mummy gets 2 assists, so he's strength 7 against strength 3. That's 3 dice. That's kind of probably the best way, if you like, of arranging those blocks in this turn. Instead they've had to lead off with 2 dice without block. They're not getting use out of guard. They are getting use out of guard now because that was just a pushback. Put that in there. This white's got 2 dice here. But yeah, if the mummy was marking all 3 players, that's straight away you've got assists. You don't have to worry about having anyone else available for it. Okay, so go on. Finally get knocked down with the zombie. Mummy does blitz, but on its own. If you put 2 assists in here first, it's 3 dice. Gets a knockdown anyway. Just a bit of curiosity, just I've got Discord open. So 2 dice with 4 successes. So 2 dice not turning over if you haven't got block, against 3 dice not turning over if you haven't got block. Yeah, the difference is quite a bit. It's a good 8% safer with that 3rd dice. Just making a throw there, which does level that ghoul, which is a nice little bonus. But now they've brought the ball really too far forwards here, because it's not at all safe. If they hold the ball back here where I can't reach it, what I'm going to do is go and flood forwards and put pressure on it, but it means they'll have space to attack because I'll be moving a lot of players over here. But as it is, this is fairly easy to just get 2 dice on it, and that is obviously what I'm going to look to do. So he stands in there, that means this zombie can't assist, and that means I can put my assist in this one square that's available, and I can blitz from there because that assist is cancelled out. I've got 1 assist, it's 2 dice, and I can even push through here as well. Oh, didn't push through because it was both down, so balls drop there. And then 2 dodge players who are marked up over here can just run away. Did need... Don't think I've found an actual dodge. Oh, I have now. There we go. Oh, I re-rolled that one. Okay. Yeah, re-rolled that one. So I'd found some dodge rolls, but it was always with players with the dodge skill. So that guy's in there. I think, yeah, I didn't want to risk, because if I fail the 4+ pickup with my thrower, he's just going to get hit. I don't want my thrower getting hit. So for a couple more dodges at the end, and that's 5 tackle zones on the ball against 3 from the Undead. So they should probably be looking at ways to try and push someone onto the ball and scatter it. So that means probably one of these whites needs to blitz from one of these 2 squares, because this mummy's the guard one. And that means even if you just get a pushback, you can shove it there. You can see where the ball's going to bounce. And it's more likely it's going to bounce to a high elf than an Undead, but it's going to be a better position. I suppose unless someone catches it, it's going to be better than somewhere you just can't pick it up. So that white grabs a knockdown. Okay, Mummy gets 1 tackle zone down and marks up some more players. But then the blitz is over here. I think the blitz should probably be more over here, like where the game's happening. The game's happening where the ball is. But that is a casualty. So that Mummy picks up, I think it's 1st points. It does. Yep. And that's just a badly hurt on my lineman. That was my kick lineman as well. So any future kickoffs are not going to have the benefit of that skill. This is a really good opportunity for the Undead to throw a foul here as well. They've still got a bribe. They can afford for a skeleton to just come step on this guy. 2, 3 with like +4. Oh, and while I was talking about that, we missed a 6+ pickup into 3+ dodge for this white to just run away with the ball. Kind of surprised he came back so far, and it's sort of got, yeah, it might feel like he's got protection from here, but he hasn't got protection from this side, and that's where I'm going to be hitting. So if I stand one of these players up, this one can't assist. Stand 2 of them up. This is the blitz on the ball, which is a dodge and a couple of go for it, I think. So get the ball down. I think I should probably have pushed him that way. I think it was better scatters for me from over there. Pushing him into the middle of all the Undead, and they're not catching it, they're just passing it around between them. Yeah, I think over here would have been better for me. Should have pushed that way. So trying to go 1 dice there to open up open up this assist, which gives me 2 dice on the Mummy, but that's a double skulls. So into a casualty, which I think levelled that Mummy. Pretty sure it did. That was a miss next game on the lineman. Yeah, it did level that Mummy. And that lineman is sitting out the next game. Didn't apothecary that. So over to the Undead. So they're in more control of the ball. They can get this ghoul back into the game. They probably need to be using their blitz on one of these 2 players, and then using this skeleton to hit that one. So the blitz should probably be on this catcher. They need to free players up for that. And I could try. This mummy does have 3 dice on this blitzer if they want to go for that. Not anymore, it's just 1 assist now. So that's just 2 dice. Rerolls to find a pal. That is safe. That is a failed 4+ pickup, but ball is dropped onto that zombie. I think it's a zombie, isn't it? Who catches? Yeah, so I'm looking at where I can get my 2 dice on the ball, and that means the only square I can assist from without guard is there, and that means I need to take his assist out because that's the square I need to blitz from. If I do that, I think this is not the guard mummy, but I'd rather not stand next to a mummy, so I'm coming in there to blitz with that assist, and that means that assist needs to be cancelled out. So I dodge around there to put the assist in, and who's blitzing? This blitzer. Okay. And that is a knockdown. I can push the mummy away. So knockout 2. Now we can see where the ball goes. Ball does not scatter well for me. But if it had kind of gone this way, I had this guy who was available to come through here. Couldn't get through at the ball here, and I didn't want to mark the mummy. I'd much rather outrange a mummy than mark it out of the game. So dodging away the thrower first because it's the most valuable one who's in contact with the mummy, and then the lineman as well. And this catcher comes back. I was wondering if I should maybe have left that catcher forward because it was in scoring position over there. But it's more support back here. And I think we're on 10 plays 10 at the moment. Actually, I think I might be on 9 players. Yeah, it's 10 plays 9, so I think I did need that player back really. Mummy chasing my thrower, who's almost certainly just going to run away next turn. And then this white over here, so now they need to protect this white. And they've got, and this is where they have more skeletons than zombies can really help them out, because they can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That square's a pretty good one to stand in. And this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go for it. Is a bit riskier, but even if he's standing here, that's not bad because there'll be 2 assists I've got to cancel out if this guy wants to come in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think just staying there could be pretty good. Fails that go for it. And then he's very unfortunate to foul that go for it again. But there he is. He does fall over. Because this one hadn't moved first, I've got more space available here. So I'm just throwing that block first because I'm trying to free up another player. Oh no, I was trying to prevent the dodge from being needed. So that's the assist. This is the blitz. Go from this way because I want to push there. Away from this zombie who would just be a tackle zone on the ball, but there he isn't, and I want the thrower to come get it. It is in reach of my thrower. This catcher get into scoring range, bit of screening off, much like I did in the first half really. Get someone ready to go receive the ball, stand that one on there. Oh yeah, I'll need that assist cancelled out so I can throw that block. That's just a push. Now the catcher can dodge over here. I think he's next. It is. And then he can reach the ball, and I think it's a 4+ throw at that sort of range, which is a long bomb. 4+ long bomb is not bad at all. 75% to get on target with the pass skill for the reroll, but just find a 3, 1 then a 3, and it's an inaccurate throw. Still in 2 tackle zones, which is not bad going. So opening with a 1 dice block. And then just diving in at the ball. 5+ dodge, 5+ pickup, but didn't get that. I really think that the blitz should probably have been on this guy to make it a bit easier to get out that ball. So that just means my blitz has to be on that white. from that block lineman, and I want the catcher in scoring range. I want to make sure he gets there first. This player's over here to screen. Yeah, move some other players to sort of get in the way. Mark up here. Make sure the catcher can reach the end zone, and it's not going to be too long a throw. Another screen in there. Then get the ball to this catcher, who I want points on. What we got? That one's now up to 17 points. And there's no easy getting at that ball. I mean, this Ghoul can dodge through there, but it's like 4+, 3+. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's 2 4+s and a 3+ with the dodge, and then just 1 dice on the ball. But that is a both down. Hitting a 1 in 9 on that 2 dice block. For a knockout skeleton and a stunned lineman. And I think here, yeah, with no rerolls, I think I just stick this in to not risk that. And we go 3 up. So 1 turn for the Undead. So it's 2 injuries, 2 knockouts back, which they probably should be. They're 2+ rolls again. I am on 10 players now. And I'm just going to be lining my players back up here to protect them. I don't want any more casualties. Do still have my apothecary, so if any of the line of scrimmage hits take anyone out in a bad way, I'll get a reroll on that. I'll leave these over here, because if they put all their big hitters here and I get a perfect defense, I can at least move them out of the way of those to deny them some mighty blow hits. The other white's back here because he's on 5 points, that's why. So he's looking for a pass for the level. It's a riot, so that does give him a chance to score a touchdown as well. I mean, it won't make any difference to the result because it put them 2 touchdowns behind. But it is worth considering that they've got 2 turns now rather than 1, so this Ghoul could get in scoring position. They could try and free up a bit of the screen. I mean, I should be able to just shut that down, but if I can't, there's a chance for a touchdown. It's worth going for. So open with the white block. Goes in there. This mummy had 3 dice on that one that she could have taken. And I guess, yeah, here. So that is a both down. But the mummy had 3 dice there. Could have taken that block, and it would have been. He's a much more important player to be blocking with. So I don't get anyone in scoring position with that extra turn. I think I just run these 2 away, and that means they can blitz this guy if they want, which they should maybe try. I think the white just tried for the throw straight away, but they could have put zombie in there. White can come and have a blitz. That white was on 4 points as well, so worth trying for the level. So that lineman is already levelled, so not a great MVP for me. Not a good one for them either, with the zombie picking it up. But it ends 3-0. I was fairly heavily outblocked, I suppose, but I was getting a lot more out of it than the Undead did. I think a couple of these were from skulls or both downs, things like that. Definitely that first casualty I got in turn 1 with the zombie blitzed for a double skulls, and then got injured where my lineman levelled. Had quite a bit of the ball. A lot of this occupation of opponent's half was end of that first half where I was just holding the ball in the corner in no hurry to score. Loads of points, which is nice. How many did I get? 10, 14, 16, 17, 21 points. It's a good haul for a game. Even getting some casualties in that one. Dodging was very nice to me, although because I think a lot of these fails were players with the dodge skill who then re-rolled it and were successful, so that was all fine. And yeah, generally quite happy. I mean, throwing a lot of dodges with this team, but it's working. I'm sure at some point it won't. And yeah, there's a lot to see here. I think their injuries were quite bad because they were having a lot of people taken off the pitch, especially that first half where we were just getting loads of them. But yeah, there we go. A 3-0 finish. We've actually had 2 more games played as well. I've just not had any chance to record in the meantime. So this was Amazon's 0, Nurgle 2, and Skaven 1, Dark Elves 2. I did just want to actually look at something in this game. I don't normally do this at the end of another one, but going to go into this because there's a quite pivotal moment, which I think was in like turn 3, Amazon's turn 3. I just wanted to give it a little examine before we have a look at the standings and things like that. So it's a little bit of bonus analysis, and I'll cut a bit out here as well because it might be a bit long while the game loads. Okay, so we'll skip through this. So I did note it's raining. The Amazons did choose to attack again, so like that's potentially questionable again, which we have mentioned before. Like if it's raining, you get the choice: give the ball to the opponents, make them deal with the rain. The one thing that does happen though is it stops raining at the kickoff, and we're going to skip ahead to so the ball is down here. This is where things do go wrong. So they get markers through on the ball. I think they have a loner, dodge, double go for it, 2 dice block. So it's loads of dice that the loner got away with. Pretty good play by the loner as well. It's just a pushback, and they get stuck in this situation here, and this is what we want to look at. So this is the start of the Amazon's turn, and this is where the whole game pivoted and went a bit wrong. And it's because they start looking at other stuff when really this turn you have to solve this. If you don't solve this, you lose the game. Because the ball's going to get surfed. It could go anywhere. You'll be down another player. I think they've already had a knockout with nothing in return. You can't throw any dice until you're dealing with this. And what you've got at the moment is you've got a 4+ dodge and a 3+ dodge with the dodge skill. That's not brilliant, so you can try and make that better. And you can do that by you've got players with the dodge skill over here who can come and do something about this. You've got 2 players with guard over here. Okay, one's marked by tentacles, which isn't great. So you could try that dodge, and if you don't get away from tentacles, you don't get away from tentacles, and you can try that dodge. So you've got this guard blitzer over here, and you've got lots of players in contact, which means you can chain push to try and make this a bit better. And you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put that guard in there, make a T shape, blitz with this blitzer onto there. And if you knock down, you can push that rotter away. You can move the ball over there and make it safe. If you don't, you can push into your thrower, push there, and then you've just got a 3+ dodge with a reroll, and then run away over here where the rotters are just not going to catch you because they're not quick enough. And you can make the ball safe over here and try and pull your team back together a bit because they're already getting a bit stretched out, a bit pinned against the touchline against stronger players. What you can't do is get fixated on hitting the beast, because what you're doing instead, I know it's more fun, but you foul a foul appearance and then re-roll it, and then you come up with the skull, and the whole game pivots on that with no solving of this having happened. And it's quite frustrating to see because I know this coach is good at the game, and it's like why focus so much on that? And I know you do get a pushback there, and you can move this guard over here and maybe do something about that and maybe do that same play, but throwing that is so much more riskier, like with foul appearance and then a 1 dice block, rather than just dodging this player away, which could have got you the same result. I don't know if they were just going for I need a pushback to get this one away, but basically getting focused on and big guys, one of the best things they do is distract you, pull you into decisions that aren't great, and get you to throw dice which are not good for you. And that 1 dice block after foul appearance as well was not good for the Amazons, and really that this whole point, the game was all downhill from here, because this obviously is a surf, the ball gets surfed, but also one of the most important players, their sure hands thrower, gets injured, is out of the game. It just spirals from there, and basically that's where the whole game went. And I haven't had a chance to speak to the coach. I don't know if it was like that was what they thought that was their best play. Like it kind of wasn't, because it had that extra dice of foul appearance and it's hitting a big guy, which is not a great idea. But anyway, I just wanted to come in and see that, because that was really what that whole game was about. Yeah, and sort of where it all went wrong. That was a top 2 clash as well, and leaderboard up here. So Amazons do drop down to 4th. They had a really strong start. They were I think the only team that won their first 2 games, and then have had a draw and 2 losses since then. And we're up into 2nd, which is quite nice. So we are playing Dark Elves last game, playing Skaven next. We've still got Humans against Chaos to happen. I think that is happening Thursday this week, I think I saw. And then after that, next week's games, because I'm probably not going to get a chance to cover that one, actually, especially if it's Thursday. I don't think I'll be able to Friday morning. And then we'll be into next week, which will be Amazons against Undead, who are bottom of the table, so maybe a chance for Amazons to try and get back into some winning ways, or at least get a decent result. We've got Dark Elves against Chaos, Nurgle against Humans, and then we've got Skaven, who had a better time of it this week. I think they still lost their game, but they it was not so frustrating for the coach, I gathered, and they did pick up some levels too. So they've taken guard on their Rat Ogre. They've got a block lineman, accurate on the thrower. Still these 2 injuries. Movement one's not such a big deal, so you can stick this guy on the line, but this one's quite fragile. So I've got them. They've got a definite strength advantage. They've got a couple of strength 2 players. Don't know if that maybe evens that out. But yeah, that's who I've got to deal with next. We did pick up some levels in that game, which was... What did we get? So we took Wrestle on the lineman, Catch a Rod, a double, I took Mighty Blow. So this is going to be my kind of main blitz-seeking player now, probably. As long as I don't need something safer, where it'll be a blitzer who does it. The other blitzer who leveled took dodge as well, so both of my blitzers now have dodge. And yeah, that's where we're going. And this one I'll be looking to score next game, and I'll probably be building this one as a wrestle, strip ball, tackle type. So that's a name next game. Level this player, hit some people with this player, see how we go. The Undead had, I think, 2 levels. Leveled a Ghoul and a Mummy. So the Mummy picked up Stand Firm, and the Ghoul picked up Movement 8. So that's a couple of pretty cool advances. Obviously you want block for a Mummy, but Stand Firm's a great skill. And if you can get 3 dice blocks for the Mummy, look for those opportunities to get 2 assists on strength 3 players. Block is less important if you can do that, because it's safer. It's safer than a 2 dice block with block. So yeah, go for that. Chaos haven't played yet this week, so they're as they were. Oh, the other thing I got was a 3rd reroll, picked up there. Nurgle, I think level 3 players picked up a whole load of block. So yeah, 2 block warriors, 1 block Bestigor. A lot more reliability on that team now. I think they're just missing a sure hands now, and it sort of undoes all that bad stuff you get early on with Nurgle, where you can't pick the ball up and you can't block safely. But yeah, I think they may have bought another rotter there. I don't know if they did. No, they mustn't have. I thought they were on 9 players before. Oh, they picked up another Pestigor. Okay, so they got a 3rd Pestigor. Ramming speed, nice. Dark Elves. Oh yeah, they had they won the game against the Skaven, but they had loads of casualties. So they had someone killed. It was a blitzer killed, I think, who they've replaced with Finn Diesel. This is the Niggle, I think, the Niggly injury blitzer. Who had that already and is now missing the next game as well. I think the runner died and then was apothecary to miss next game. And it is just miss next game. And then the blitzer died quite soon after. It was a really intense few turns when loads of injuries come up. This lineman's missing next game as well. So they're down to 9 players next time. Where they're facing Chaos, I think it was. 6. Yeah, they're facing Chaos next. With 9 players. So there'll be 140 on that. There'll be an 1150 against the Castles. So I'll have a bit of inducements. Might have enough for a wizard there probably, if they can chip in from the treasury. Have they got enough? Oh, wrong team. Meant to look at the Dark Elves. No, so they've got no treasury. They won't be able to take a wizard. Amazon still have a player to level. I think it's a Lion Woman. Yeah, that thrower was missing next game. They've got this nibbled one. Yeah, this one has a level to roll, but they'll be on 12 players next game. That includes an armor 6 who they can maybe think about giving the boot. And yeah, that is where we are. So it's how we stand at the moment. One game to play this week. It's that human team against that Chaos team. Chaos might be looking to try and get back into the top 4 where they've been most of the season. And humans still looking for their first win. So they go sometime later this week.